Brian, good to see you. Man, roller coaster, I imagine, man. Just talk to me about what life has been like for you. This has been crazy times, right?
Just another champ camp. I feel like I've been here already. It's been like, remember the last time before I fought Max? Same thing. I was in Vegas 2 days before the fight and nothing happened. And then they got postponed like to the end of the year. So been there, done that. But even better now because it was 1 week before the fight. It was due to something that's again out of my control. Neither one of us were planning this. But now we got the TUF show. So it gives you like a good active rest, like recovery time, because I went through hell for this last camp. And this is something I didn't do last time. When I fought Max, it was like training camp. It was like, we don't know when you're going to fight, but I trained for the whole year. It was like I trained for Frankie and then for Max and to the end of the year. And I never had any breaks, and my body just broke down. Now it's like we're wiser. It's like, yo, chill, train, but stay active, stay ready. But you're gonna fight till they gave us a certain kind of date, so at least I know when. And now we get to film the show, have some fun, talk some shit, prank each other, whatever, and then get ready to train, see each other a little more, maybe stir the pot up and have some fun, and then later beat the shit out of each other.
It's a very mature and wise way for you to approach this and to see it. But was there not a day or a moment or a minute where you were like, what the F is going on? Like, I was ready. I was primed. This was my moment to get my championship.
For a quick second, I was at my house and we were watching the fights the week before. Literally, it was a Saturday. There was fights going on. My manager Tiki Gossin, he got off the phone. He's like, we got to get to the room right now. And I was like, fuck, this doesn't look good. Like this we got to go and leave everyone right now to have a private conversation. You're like, yo, what the fuck is up? And I already fucking knew, like, something happened. I fucking know what's the bad news. Like, it was that you're not fighting fucking worry face. And we got in the room, and everyone was outside watching the fights. And then he was on the phone. They're like, hey, man, like, indefinitely, like, he has COVID. The fight is off. Like, it's done. And I was just like, I seen, like, the dresser I had, and I was going to fucking throw it. And I was like, oof. I was like, nope. I was like, chill, relax, take a deep breath. Previous to that, I was talking to someone 2 days before, one of the guys that works on my body, and he was like, listen, man, you have 3 buckets. He's like, 1 is things you can control, 2 is things you can't control, and 3 is how you let it influence you. I go, which ones do you have control of? Like, which ones can you do something about, like, how I handle it? What I don't have, whatever. So it's like, you have these 3 things. They can all affect each other depending on how you stack them. So I was like, all right. And like, for some reason, what he told me went through my mind. Him and like Andy Galpin were telling me like these like things about like how to just calm down. And I was like, hold up, like, that's true. I can't control this. I can control how it affects me. Am I gonna let it affect me in a bad way, or am I gonna let it, like, am I gonna be understanding about this and see what happens now? So that's kind of the route I took, and it was dope, man. Even like after, obviously you're upset, but I don't know, it's different. I feel wiser.
Growing up, man,
Yeah.
it's big time.
Yeah,
so then
wiser.
I'm sure right away you thought, well, I hope we'll get it rescheduled quickly. They come to you with the Ultimate Fighter, which means I'm assuming the fight's going to be like in the fall.
So we had no idea the Ultimate Fighter show was coming.
Okay.
We're just like, yo, what are we doing right now? Like, we gotta get it rescheduled. And it's like, well, he has to do quarantine. And not only does he have to quarantine, it's like, if he goes back home, then he has to quarantine, and then he has to train, and then, like, so there's all these factors that no one understands that I didn't even understand. I was like, hold up, he has to do this. I was like, bro, that's almost why I felt less bad, because I was like, he's got to go through it worse than I do. I'm home, I'm COVID free, like I'm chilling. He has to stress. He's got his family. He's got this. I hope he flies him out, or however he's gonna do his thing. But it's like, I understand that side of him, you know. So I go, okay, this guy has it worse than you do. Like, if there's someone that's gonna be pissed off at both of you, it's him, not me. I'm straight. So they were trying to keep him here. They're like, we wonder if we can keep Volkanovski here and then set a date for 2 weeks, 3 weeks. We'll just throw you guys on a card. Cannot be a fight night because you guys are a title fight. It has to be pay-per-view. Guess what? All the pay-per-views are stacked right now. So they're like, yeah, you guys are fucked. And I was like, fuck. I was like, it's gonna be like when we're gonna fight? I was like, I just need to know when, because like my diet is good, my training schedule is good, like my life is pretty freaking structured right now. What's going on? They're like, Tiki's like, dude, just go take a vacation. It's like, just take 2 weeks off. No, he said, take 1 week off. He's like, take 1 week off, go to Vegas, come hang out over here. But I came over here, hung out, called me, take another week off. I was like, oh, you fucker. I was like, this is not happening. Took another week off, and then I was at Starbucks, and I got the FaceTime. He was like, yo, you're gonna do the show. So like, would you be interested in it? I'm like, well, tell me the details. He shot the details. He's like, I go tell Dana I'm in. I go, let's do it. I go, I don't fucking got nothing else to do. And he's like, fuck yeah, all right, let's go. And then came back home, and he's like, all right, enjoy home for a little bit, and because you're gonna be in Vegas for like 5-6 weeks. And now we're here.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So we know there's going to be a fight at some point, and you kind of said it like, yeah, we'll get to be around each other, prank each other a little. I mean, are you looking at this like a little bit of gamesmanship, you know what I mean? Like, hey, I get a little chance to maybe get in his head a little bit, feel him out?
I wouldn't say get in his head. If it does get in his head, then it does. But I feel like the world only knows me as a fighter. And some interviews that we've had like this, the privilege that we've had to have them, and that's all they have to go off of on me. Like, this is who he is. Now you're gonna like see more of who I am, and this is why I thought the show was amazing, because people don't know about my coaching. People don't know that I taught jiu-jitsu previously to this to make a living, and it was my passion. They don't know I was under Henner, like, who was under the lineage, who basically adopted me. So it was like, I love coaching, I love teaching. It's in my passion. Even when I start getting to details, I forget that I'm having a conversation, and I kind of like, I love it. So to share something with these guys who are hungry and who want information is the best. Because as a teacher, people sign up, and they're just signing up for either, someone forced them or whatever. Like, these people who are there for you, who want to be there, who are hungry for information, hungry to learn, those are the best people I love teaching, because they appreciate what you are giving them. And I'm excited for this show for that reason, to showcase what I have to show as a teacher, as an instructor, as a coach, as a leader, and then also as just who I am. Like, let me show you guys a little bit of how I fuck around and bullshit and kill time with you guys.
That's awesome. What's the team that you're bringing? What's the staff that you're going to use for your coaches?
If I'm gonna bring coaches in, I'm gonna bring the same coaches, all my coaches. If I want this team to be successful, I'm gonna bring the people that I trust with my career. I'm gonna evaluate all of them. What are they good at? What are they not good at? What can they work on? How can we do it in this short amount of time? And given these guys that I have, it's gonna determine where your game plan goes. If you're a grappler / this, you're gonna go with my wrestlers and my jiu-jitsu guys. If you're a striker and you like to bang, then let me direct you to these guys. But let's bounce off each other, and let's learn how not to get taken down, or let's learn how to avoid some punches and get a takedown. And let's go in there and train your asses, show you the biggest dangers real quick, let you feel comfort in the coaching that we have for you, and go in there and fight. These guys are hungry. They're willing to, from what I've seen from previous shows, that these guys are hungry, man. They're not joking around. They're fighting once a week. So I'm excited to be part of this.
Nice. Last thing for me, right now you're going to focus on these guys and helping them, but obviously you got a world title fight coming up. So
No, we're still training.
So I was going to ask, yeah, what's the approach? I mean, you're kind of like already in camp, so to speak, as it is?
Since the fight got canceled, I've still stuck to a training regimen. Tapered down, obviously, a little bit. There's no more need to kill or be killed in the gym. And now it's like, let's just keep this. When we're in the house, I'm not a coach who tells you what to do. I'm in there with you doing it. So that's going to be part of my training. You know, I'm going to go in there and I'm going to train with these guys, the big guys, the small guys. I've been used to big bodies because Hanner is 6'4", weighs 200 pounds. So does Hiron. So I've rolled with guys like that my entire life. I won't probably punch these guys or go in there, but rolling-wise, grappling-wise, I can do with the big guys. With the little guys, I can do both. And obviously, we're going to train for safety. We're not going to hurt each other, you know. But it's going to be fun. It's I'm going to stay sharp still with these guys.
So Brian, you're talking about how you're looking forward to stirring the pot a bit with Volkanovski. Are you going to encourage your team to do the same to their housemates?
I don't know. I have to literally get there and feel the aura and feel the vibe and kind of just be like, all right, you know what? I feel like doing something stupid. Like, are you guys with me? Like, no, I'll do it myself. Like, we'll see what happens.
Do you have a favorite series of TUF in the past?
I was just talking right now. I was like, dude, I've never fully watched any series of anything. I've just watched a couple episodes of like here and there, you know. My TV go-to was movies and being outside. So TV shows and everything, like sitting there weekly and like, oh, I gotta wait for another one. Like, fuck. Fuck this. I don't have the patience. I was just like, wait till the thing is done. And we didn't have Netflix or Prime or whatever where you can just wait till it's over. And then when it's on TV, then you watch them all and you know, binge watch them. So I never had the patience for that. So I've been a fan more of moments, you know, like the Rampage door moment, the Let Me Bang Bro moment, the freaking Chael Sonnen versus Wanderlei Silva, like, get away. Like, these little moments that I'm sure all of us know, like, those are the things that I'm like, oh, shit, like, all right, let me go watch that episode. Let me go see this. Like, what the hell happened? Like, so these little teasers, I guess, that make you want to go watch it. So I might just break a door just to fucking get some views and shit.
Would you have liked the Let Me Bang Bro on your team, or is that not the sort of aura you're trying to get with?
These guys, at the end of the day, they're grown men. You know, I'm a coach. I'm gonna tell them, you know, what I feel is best. But at the end of the day, they're gonna do what they're gonna do. If they fight one another, they understand the consequences of what can happen. And controlling your emotions, right? You're in this house, you're in there, but ultimately you're here to this is business, you know? Like, don't forget, this is business. So I'm hoping that none of them act up. Would I let me bang bro on my team? Fuck yeah. You know, like, let me see if I can talk the guy out of fighting. Like, or if he's gonna do it, like, well, fuck it, bro, go out with the bang. Like, just do that shit right. You know, better win the fight. But we'll see.
I know out of the couple guys that have actually said which coach they would want, I know a few of the guys have said that they would like either one of you, but they did say that they thought that your ground game would be something that they would benefit from. Is that nice to hear that at least a couple of the guys are already off the bat saying, wow, I would really like to learn that from him?
That feels great, you know? To be acknowledged and known for something that you take pride in, it feels good. It's like, this is my work. Obviously, MMA is a full package, but there's no doubt that my jiu-jitsu is the best thing about me. And for these guys to know that and say, you know what, I want to get taught by that guy, that's hell yeah, that's a privilege. That's an honor. Because I know personally, like, I see people and I'm like, dude, like, I would love to roll with Damian Maia. Like, I would love to see what he's got to show me. Like, I wonder if Jacare could ever teach me how to do a freaking mount control, because I suck at mount control. Or like, I wonder if, you know, like if the Diaz brothers one day just flow and maybe they can get high and whatever, but like we can just roll and shit. So there's few people that I would love to train with and share some mat time with. And for these guys to say that and say they want me as a coach, for sure, it's an honor, man. It's like thank you.
Last thing for me, outside of just the jiu-jitsu, I love the mindset of what you want to impart on these fighters. And I'm sure there's going to be a lot of stuff thrown at them. So if there was one thing that you would like all of them to walk away with, what's the one thing that you hope sticks in their mind after being under your tutelage for this show?
That's a deep question. Dude, that's a really deep question. Because obviously some of these people are going to make it and some of these are not, you know? If I could sit down and talk to them, I'd just tell them, like, listen, man, like, you guys here are given an opportunity to change your lives. Don't waste it. And even if you come up short, it's not done. Don't go home and get discouraged. Like, you should still be training, because some weird shit happens. Weird things have happened on the show. Someone gets injured, they can't fight, they bring some guy in. So always stay in the wing, always stay ready. Your shot is not done till the show is done. So for the next 5 weeks, every single one of you guys are in camp. This is a do or die moment for your life. And if it doesn't happen, guess what? TV knows who you are. Other promotions know who you are now. So if you come up short here, go reassess yourself after this is over. And still, this is not over. Welcome to the club. You fall down, you get back up. Guess what? Now people want you on their fighting promotions. This guy was on the Ultimate Fighter show. Like, bring him into to LFA. Bring him in here. Let's you know. And then guess what? That's your time to shine. Take advantage of every opportunity that's given to you starting now. And I'm pretty sure these guys know that, but I would just remind them of that. And that if their goal is ultimately to get to the top and be in the UFC, you guys can do it. And only you are going to fuck yourself up from that. Your mentality, the way you look at things, the way you party too much, the way you distract yourself, everything. So do this right if you really want it. Ultimately, your actions will show how much you want something.
TUF is also about, like, you know, all the challenges, the coaches' challenges and everything.
Yeah.
How much do you think that can impact or build up a rivalry between you and Alexander?
I wonder what the challenge is going to be. You know, like I just saw I was on Instagram the other day and I saw like Kevin Gastelum against Robert Whitaker and they were like running and I was like, fuck. I was like, all right. But then also I was like, dude, this guy just had COVID. I wonder if they're gonna fuck with his lungs like that. I was like, I'll do the challenge. I'll take the money, dude. I was like, fuck it. But I love, you know, when you watch shows like whatever, like the American Ninja Warrior or something, like these obstacle courses or something, or you have to do something. I love shit like that. Obviously, I hate losing, but I'm not a one-trick pony. I'm good at I'm good at a lot of things. I can skateboard, I can surf, there's a lot of things about me that benefited in my life about being outside. And I wonder if this guy has this. Like I wonder if he's just a rugby player who's kind of stiff and then went to fighting and kind of loosened up and then, you know, I want to find these things out about my opponents. So, hell yeah, I hope we get a couple more challenges and just see what we can do and kind of, I beat you, you know, like, yeah. We'll see what it is.
I'm sorry. Okay. So Dana White said one time that the Mexican fighter has a different DNA. Do you think it does apply for Mexican coaches too?
Mexican coaches. I don't know, man. This one is. I feel like everyone has fighting DNA. You know, like if you're a tough motherfucker, I don't care what you are. You're a tough motherfucker. You know. I take pride in being a Hispanic Latino coach. You know, my roots. But I've always said this, and this is to everyone. It's a universal law where you're either you got good fighters and you got good coaches. Rarely do you have both in one package. Because I've seen fighters, the best fighters in the world, and when you look at them, you're like, oh my God, like this guy is amazing, he can move, he can do this. And then when you tell him to teach what he just did, he can't do shit. He's like, yeah, kick and do this. And then I seen the guy who sucks in a fight go in there and show you how to just knock this motherfucker out flawlessly. And you're like, dude, how did this nerd, right, or whatever, like teach this guy how to do this? And how did this great fighter can't even teach anyone how to do anything? So I feel like if you're a good coach and you have it, regardless of race. But, yeah.
The last one, and if you can answer in Spanish too, I really appreciate it. So, what people can expect from Brian Ortega as a coach?
Pues lo que pueden ver y esperar de Brian Ortega como un coach ahí en el programa es que obviamente tengo diferentes lados de mí. Yo creo que soy buen maestro en lo que ha hecho. Ha sido un instructor desde morro y es una pasión que tengo yo. Y ahora estar en un programa con un montón de gente que quieren pelear, que están listos para entrar a la UFC. Aquí ya están casi cerca, aquí tocando en la puerta. Y yo creo que le van a encantar la manera en que yo les enseño mentalmente, cómo yo los inspiro para que sean lo mejor que pueden ser. Y pues darle motivación. Ahí están en sus oídos y me tengo que quedar en la casa con ellos para que se sientan bien. Hasta yo hago eso. Y vamos a ver un diferente Brian, un programa diferente con más, ojalá, raíces mexicanas, que tengo unas cosas que quiero enseñar, obviamente, mi país y mi raza y la cultura que tenemos, y vamos a hacerlo de una manera diferente este programa.
Gracias.